When you want only the best for your pet, check out AbbybellPetDesigns.com. We offer quality products such as floppy beds, crate pads, round pet beds, pillow slip covers, belly bands, and more. All products come in a variety of colors and sizes, guaranteed to satisfy your pet's particular style. Your pet deserves to be pampered, so shop at AbbybellPetDesigns.com. If you don't see the item you want listed in our shop, just drop us a line and we'll be glad to make the product of your pet's dreams. AbbybellPetDesigns.com. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Oh, I don't see you. Let me try to bring up YouTube as everybody is coming in. There we go. Hey, Robin, Gary, how are you? You were there? I just couldn't see you. Good morning. Hey, Wayne, Jerry, Sherry, Marlene, how is everybody? Mary Ann, haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Noelle, Lisa, good morning. Brandon, hello, hello. Push this back so it stays on. Okay, so as you're coming in, let me quickly read to you a little bit of Psalm 104, and then we'll get started. O Lord my God, you are very great. You are clothed with honor and majesty, who cover yourself with light as with a garment, who stretch out the heavens like a curtain. He lays the beams of his upper chambers in the waters, who makes the clouds his chariot, who walks on the wings of the wind, who makes his angel spirits his ministers a flame of fire. You who laid the foundation of the earth so that it would not be moved forever, you covered it with the deep as with a garment. The waters stood above the mountains. At your rebuke they fled. At the voice of your thunder they hastened away. They went up over the mountains. They went down into the valleys to the place where you founded for them. You have set a boundary that you may not pass over, that they may not return to cover the earth. Amen. Hey, Carmen, good to see you. Renee, good to see you. How's everybody doing this fine Tuesday? Please say a prayer for my neighbor. She had to put her 15-year-old dog down this morning, had a tumor. Oh, that's so sad, Brandon. Amanda, good morning. It's like losing a family member, so we pray that healing will help her family, and also that I pray that her dog is just, I pray that all dogs go to heaven, and that the dog is just romping around in heaven today. So that would be my hope. I know some people say they don't go to heaven, but whatever. I'm going to keep believing they do. So there you go. All right. So I want to start. Robin said prayers for the neighbor, and Gary says amen. Another dog euthanized this AM. My Rosie Posey, 14 years old. Yeah, Marlene. Marlene has been losing a lot of dogs lately. So pray for Marlene. I know her dogs have all gotten elderly. I know Amanda. Amanda says she believes they do go to heaven. Hers is waiting. Good morning. And please pray for Marlene, and that Marlene would find healing. I know Marlene is a strong woman, but boy, I tell you, when you lose that many that quickly, it's hard. Hopefully all animals will be with us when we get there. Carmen said, I hope so. Yes, absolutely hope so. All right, so good morning, gee whiz, how are you? You'll know me in heaven. I'll have a big pack. I know, Charlene. I'll be the one with the horse and the several dogs with me. All my dogs from childhood and everything else. That'll be cool. Yes, pets are loved like family. Many have said they have seen pets, animals, birds, flowers in heaven. Yep. Well, we do know in the Bible, we talk about the horses in Revelation. Comes from heaven. If we can make it to heaven, surely dogs can. I know, Lisa. Tell me about it. All right, so I wanted to talk about an occurrence that I had yesterday. A couple of things that happened online. One I think you should know about. There is a lions lie with lambs. There you go, Renee. Just remember the lions lay down with rams. You said that at the same time that Renee did, Marlene, so there you go. Absolutely. I would like to believe they are in heaven, Robin said. I think we all want to believe that, and I think they are there, so, regardless. So anyway, dogs in God backwards, they are there. Amanda said, there you go. So yesterday I was reading hey Rocky, morning all, believe they are in heaven, me too. Um, a long time no listen. I know, Rocky, where have you been? So for all those today, I'm not on Facebook Live. I'm just going to try to be on Periscope and YouTube for a while. Facebook Live just knocks me off and after 5 minutes, and it's kind of not worth it. People can't see it, etc., etc. It's really a hassle for them, not for me, but it's just a hassle. Busy Beaver, good, Rocky. Dogs go to heaven, G. Wiz said. Yep, that's what we think. So Charlie Kirk, who is at least he was, Campus Reform. He runs Campus Reform. Nice guy, Republican. He was posting yesterday about good news on YouTube. Right now, God's views on political news is going to be on Facebook Live, as always. I'm just talking about the Periscope show that I do every morning, Marlene. But the Periscope show is going to be just on Periscope and on YouTube. The God's views on political news. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink regular coffee there at G Wiz, but I don't know what my coffee has to do with anything. God's views on political news will be on today at 1 o'clock Eastern, as always. That will be on Facebook Live. Eventually, we hope to maybe expand it to other platforms. So keep listening and for that announcement. Hopefully, that will be coming pretty soon. I don't know how soon, but we'll see. So I was talking I saw a post of Charlie Kirk's, and here's what he said. He said, 39 fewer staff members dedicated to the First Lady than under Obama. Michelle had 44 staffers under her. Now imagine that. 44 staffers to take care of one person. And also, Melania, he posted that Melania had 5 staffers. So that's 39 fewer staffers than Michelle had. Rocky, you've been in Twitter jail? Oh no. So I wrote back, basically, after this man, and let you just listen to what he said. He said, in response to Charlie Kirk, and multiple designers boycotting Melania, did you know the First Lady works by the hour? Hashtag think dirty. Hashtag hobag. And I basically wrote him back and said, you, with that type of whatever you're saying, Mrs. Obama is trying to make a difference. Oh, yeah, she made a big difference. I wrote back and I said that it was infuriating, Marlene. I told him that basically I couldn't believe that he was trying to be a member of Congress with that type of attitude, and inferring that the First Lady was a prostitute was absolutely disgraceful. Yeah, you saw his tweet. If you will, retweet that. I want other people to see that. And if you feel like reporting him, please do. Now, I put it also on Instagram, and some guy who saw my post contacted him and told him how disgusting that was. Yeah, that guy's running for U.S. Congress in Oregon, and he's running as an independent, I think. I think it's an independent, Lori, but I'm not sure about that. Okay. Gee whiz, gotta go. So anyway, he basically, Laura Ingraham has asked Twitter, why isn't this guy being blocked? But the guy on Instagram, when he wrote to him about it, he said that, he wrote back and said, well, we're getting about 50% of hate mail and 50% of donations. Now, he's a terrible, terrible person. If you read anything that he's written, it's disgusting. And what he's doing is he's writing those things in order to get donations. So he's calling the First Lady, basically inferring that she's a prostitute, called her a hashtag hobag, and he's done other things in order to get donations. So he does want publicity. He's got about 1,000 followers, maybe 1,200 followers. Best thing to do probably is, if you feel up to it, report him, block him, tell the Oregon people who were maybe voting for him how disgusting he is. He did it so he could get notice and money from TDS. Yeah, that's right, Jerry. He did. Robin said, can't believe what you dealt with yesterday. You had the best responses. Here's the other thing that I dealt with yesterday. It's not as important as that. I know no one knows him until now. But, I mean, imagine somebody who's running for Congress. This is the reputation that you want to have when you're running for Congress, that you've called the First Lady a hoe bag. I don't care if it's Michelle Obama or Melania Trump. You don't do things like that. It's disgusting. And to insinuate, infer, whatever you want to call it, that she's a prostitute is way, way over the line. And so I don't think anybody like that should be in office at all. It's despicable, and he doesn't deserve a seat. How horrible. Who is this, Susan? His name is Mark Roberts, and he's at hashtag Roberts4, FOR, as in Charlie, D as in dog, 2. So Roberts4, CD2. That's who he is on Twitter. Now, the other person that I ran into, I don't know if you know a guy named Caleb Howe, Howe. He is the editor, the morning editor at Mediaite. And it fits in with the Democratic mentality, Tom said. Yeah, a demon maybe, but I think he's an independent. So anyway, Caleb, who used to be with Red State, don't know Caleb. Yeah, well, he's a never Trumper, is what I'm understanding, Jerry. And what happened? Hey, Sandra. What happened is that yesterday, President Trump was with the Italian guest that we had. I think of the president from Italy. I think that was who it was. I wasn't really watching, to be honest. But I was watching what the president said. And the president basically was saying, the United States has become the laughing stock of the world because of our immigration policies. I mean, they just let anybody in, and we don't stop people from coming in. So Caleb Howe immediately took to Twitter and said, the United States is, in quotes, the laughing stock of the world, unquote, says the American president in front of a foreign leader at the White House. And I basically corrected him and said to Caleb, I said that you left out the president said we were a laughing stock because of our immigration policies. He wrote back, I did get it, and I said also, you are a reporter, get it right. And he wrote back, I did get it right. Your little qualification may make you feel all warm and fuzzy, but it doesn't change it one bit. And you didn't even accurately quote him, so shove off DIPSHT is what he called me. So my response was, oh, you seem triggered and very, quote, professional, just like I would expect a fake news hack like yourself to be. You still got it wrong. I got it correct. And then he blocked me. So the one thing is, I think a lot of Republicans may think that this guy is conservative, and he's not. He is an absolute never Trumper. Well, you should contact his news organization, report his attitude. I did tweet to them privately and also in public. Yeah, he is an absolute jerk. Drops Twitter, Mike walks away into the sunset. I mean, I couldn't believe that. And this guy, he just started with Mediaite back in June, I think. June or July. He just started with them. And so now what he's doing, this is his attitude he takes, and he blocks people, as an editor. And if you're making money, you really don't want to block people. I block people. I'm not making money from this Periscope. So I think it's a really bad course of action that Mediaite has somebody like that working for them. But, I did put all of that on my timeline. I put what Mark Roberts said on my timeline. I also put what Caleb did on the timeline. So if you want to go and look at it, make any comments, whatever, feel free. But Robert said, Melania has carried herself with dignity as First Lady. Josette said, good morning, my lovely Sue. Good morning, Lady Gracie. That guy needs his mouth washed out with bleach, Josette said. Caleb is a jerk. I never did like him. Used to follow him on Twitter and couldn't stand the way he treated people, Robin said. That was Caleb Howe, Howe, and he is the editor at Mediaite. And he's a never Trumper. Now you have a badge of honor, the DS Awards by Jerk. I tell you, yesterday was just amazing with these two people. I don't know if I was more floored by the attitude of Caleb or the attitude, I think it's probably the attitude of a U.S. candidate for Congress. I think that one was like, wow, we have really gone down that toilet, on that one. Yeah, wild day Monday. It was absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you about those two things. Now, good morning, zippity doodah. President Trump this morning tweeted that the Koch brothers, who had become a total joke in real Republican circles, are against strong borders and powerful trade. Costa was a true embarrassment yesterday in front of the Prime Minister. Yes, Tom, he absolutely was. I did see that. And them telling them, get out, Acosta, get out. Decency is a lost cause on the left. It really is. There's no such thing. And they don't believe in decency for you. They probably want decency for themselves, but they don't think about that. But Acosta was a joke. They kept saying, Lori, he kept asking questions about collusion and, something totally off topic of what they were there for with the Prime Minister of Italy. And just kept going and asking question after question. Hey, Cully. And they kept saying, okay, Jim, it's over. Go, get out, leave. And he didn't want to get out. They hold Trump to one standard but break the standards on their side. Of course, Brandon. They really do. They really don't have too many standards on the left, seemingly. Except when it comes to, again, if you're acting towards them, then they want the standards. All of CNN needs banned. I think so too, Amanda. Shouting out. Yeah, Tom. But shouting out, again, inappropriate questions. When you have a dignitary of any kind from a foreign country sitting there, you don't ask ridiculous questions. There's a time and a place. It's called the press conference. It's called other times, but he likes to do it whenever. Trump could literally cure cancer and they would still hate him. Absolutely they would. They would accuse him then of being, Satan and being able to cure cancer or something like that. Of course, but anyway, I won't go into what I was going to say. And also, Rand Paul says that he is now on board with Kavanaugh and he will vote for Kavanaugh. CNN should be canceled news network. I know, Cully. They really should be. It's getting ridiculous and just totally unprofessional. They never ask questions like that of Obama. Well, one or two. I'll take that back. One or two. And one reporter, a black woman, a female reporter that I told you about, basically tried to get a note to the president. Everybody knew who she was. She had to ask the Secret Service to give it to him. They wouldn't do it. So she went up to try to give it to him. And they basically dragged her off out of the airport. He yelled at Trump in front of Kim. Yeah. Way to go, Rand. I know, Marlene. Way to go. Facebook is paying CNN's Anderson Cooper for a Facebook Live show. Oh, dear God. Unbelievable. Well, and why aren't they paying somebody on Fox News? Why aren't they paying somebody on CRTV? Why are you just doing one and you're not doing anything else? I mean, I know the answers. It's okay. But it's not okay. But I mean, I know the answers. Don't try to explain it. But it's obviously they're always on the left. They always believe the left, to support the left. That's what they do. Sanders said he's an idiot, so rude about Acosta. Yeah. Mark Dice covered the Facebook Live CNN show. Oh, God. I bet Mark was hilarious. Also, I guess this is the first anniversary of John Kelly as the chief of staff. President Trump wished him a happy, anniversary. Says he's doing a great job. I wish he'd announced at the same time that he was firing Rosenstein and Sessions, but that's just me. Rand Paul is great. He took his time and made the right decision, Robin said. Yep, he did. And I know Joe Manchin from West Virginia was the only Democrat that really talked to him so far. We know the media is a tool of deep state. They do what they tell them, equal propaganda and division. Yes, absolutely. Hey, Lynn, thanks for inviting. Um, Now this is showing you where Fox News is going. I would trust the National Enquirer before I would believe anything that CNN reports. Carmen said. Rand made me feel better about the choice. Robin said about Kavanaugh. Another official or an official from Fox News basically told Fox News, "It's not just you. I want Rosenstein and Sessions gone too." Yeah, I know, Tom. I think I'm starting to think that most conservatives really want that to happen. I don't think it's going to happen, but they really want it. Um, so Fox News is starting to get on that same bandwagon as everybody else, saying that Kim Jong Un is possibly constructing new intercontinental ballistic missiles, despite Kim's claim to halt its weapon production and President Trump's reassurance that North Korea is no longer a nuclear site. Now, I don't trust Kim Jong-un. I really don't. But I also don't trust this official who spoke with Fox News. I think, again, I bring it up to show you kind of the rumors that are going on. We do know that Kim Jong-un dismantled what he had. Yeah, Warhawks, there you go. And we were told that he did dismantle them. Now, if he's rebuilding, that would surprise me for him to do it so quickly. So let's keep watching. Poor Sessions, good man, just not enough of a pit bull. That's true, Carmen. I think Sessions is probably a good guy. I think he just needs to go off and do something else now, you know. How odd, not even Fox is covering the Monvys debacle. Yeah, the Leo Monvys, as you probably know already, the CBS CEO, the board met yesterday and they are keeping him on for now at least. Trump has intelligence telling him what Kim is doing. I trust Trump. Me too, Tom. Good men do things, Renee said. I don't believe that report from the deep state. I don't either, Cully. Sessions has disappointed me. Me too, D. Absolutely has. If Sessions wasn't doing his job, Trump would have canned him by now. Yeah, maybe, but it would be very hard. Carol, right? I think that was right from yesterday. My gosh, I think that it would be very hard. Yes, Carol, I got it right. Yay! It would be very hard to fire Sessions right now because another DOJ Attorney General would have to go through a confirmation. We can't afford to even have that happen. You know how long it took for Sessions confirmation, and to try to get a new person in and to get them confirmed would be a total uphill battle, which would mean that, that they would still be having Rosenstein run the DOJ, which he's doing right now. Good morning, Noel. How are you? Hey, Teresa. So, I mean, I personally, I just want to see Sessions do something else besides go to meetings, high school meetings, conferences, or whatever. I'm tired of seeing that. I want to see him come out and say, today we rounded up X, Y, and Z, and now they're out of here. There are 40,000 sealed indictments. Sessions isn't sitting on his hands. But, Carol, where did you get that information? Because those are just rumors. What is the difference between an AG that breaks the law and one that doesn't enforce it? Well, I think there is a difference, Tom, but, you know, I mean, because one is a criminal and one is not a criminal. It's on the federal website. There are 40,000. Okay, well, if it's on their website, but is it 40,000 dealing with the same thing or 40,000 in general? I'll get the link, not a rumor. Okay. I'm in line at the rally. Yay, Huey! Woohoo! A lot of people there? I would imagine. I've been hearing that indictment stuff, but no arrest. Pooh. I know, Renee. I've been hearing indictment. Haven't seen anything yet. I would love to see some people come out and actually arrest people. Fox News is part of the MSM, Robin said. About 200 people so far. Wow. Still early. I'm sure they'll be getting in there soon. I hope you're not standing outside. I hope it's not hot. I won't trust Sessions unless he comes out and proves he's doing something. I know, Robin. Things have been so bad for so long. Takes time to get all the ducks in a row. Well, I just think we need to get a DOJ who appears to be running the Department of Justice, and not that his deputy appears to be running the Department of Justice. Gene from Palm Beach is first in line. He was, yeah, I know. He was the guy that the president hugged. He's tried to make a living off of that so far. So it's like, okay, Gene, time to move on. No babysitter for mom. Oh, wow. I'm sure the president will pay him homage tonight, I'm sure. Oops, Kamala Ring of Fire. Exactly, Susan. Can you imagine the Kamala Ring of Fire she put the next AG through if Sessions was replaced? I know, Monique. That's the problem. That's his life now, Jerry said about Gene Huber. Yep, it is. I don't know what he's going to do after President Trump is out in 2024. So he's got to find something else to do. Maybe he'll go to the next president and get attention that way too. 6-0, Susan is winning. Wayne said. I know my block finger is getting tired after block. Senate Judiciary Committee is speaking about immigration right now. Woo! I'm sure that they have a lot of great things to say about immigration. Hey, Lynn. You know, the thing of it is, this is how much they're going to talk about immigration. I heard Sessions has someone doing an investigation on the Democratic corruption. Let's hope so, Tom. I mean, let's hope so. Kamala is scary. She is. Yes, Josette, they're keeping him on. Probably be too expensive to get rid of Monves right now because he, as I said yesterday, would get anywhere between about 181 million to 300 million plus if they let him go, according to what others have said. They're in Oregon. The Oregon mayor there, Ted Wheeler. There was a letter sent out, a cease and desist letter from the ICE sent to him, saying that the mayor in Oregon violated the Constitution after emboldening abolish ICE protesters by ordering the police to stand down and not protect ICE and its employees. They said that the employees were trapped in a building that ICE was renting or whatever, and there was no police help. That's what they're accusing the mayor of doing. And they demand that the mayor apologize and that he ensures their protection in the future. And they said that if he doesn't adequately respond, then they may sue the mayor. And I hope they do. Now, Wheeler, on the other hand, claims that he encouraged the protesters to keep protesting, kind of like Maxine Waters does, go out and bother people, do whatever. But he says that he told the protesters, stay away from the ICE building because the police will make you stay away. These mayors should be charged with crimes. Yes, they should, Tom. Pacer.gov. Okay, I'll look it up. Carol, I'll look it up. What's that mayor's name? Ted Wheeler. I don't know anything else about him other than his name is Ted Wheeler. Good news. Judicial Watch sued and won FBI to keep Comey's personal emails. Yep. Let's just see how redacted they are when Judicial Watch gets them, Jerry. It'll probably be page after page, just black pages. Here you go. Here you go. They need to have it unredacted and see every single thing that he said. Only took a year. Yep. Only took a year. Robin said, I hope they sue the mayor too. Yep, I do too. Hello, Sabu. How are you? I think you're thinking of Philadelphia mayor. Nope, Noel. This was not the Philadelphia. Oh, you mean Joe, maybe? There was a Philadelphia mayor and an Oregon mayor. In Philadelphia, they basically denying the ICE to be able to use the real-time database for arrests. That's what they're doing in Philadelphia. Then in Oregon, the mayor is not protecting the people who work in that building that's rented out by ICE, according to what the letter said. Did you see the lawyer on Tucker last night who was an illegal himself? No, Carol, I didn't watch it last night. Wouldn't be surprised. I wish Trump would cut government waste and send people back home from D.C. Me too. Mayor of Philadelphia shown doing a dance overruling for illegals. I saw that, Tom. Really, really ridiculous. Good morning, Ruthie. Trump's candidacy has unveiled so much evil, hatred, and ignorance in our society, so much so it's mind-boggling, Monique said. It is mind-boggling. Federal law will have to supersede state law, then to protect the nation, it will go to court. Exactly, Jerry. Outrage culture. Yeah, I mean, if the states aren't going to allow their police to do their job, then the federal government's going to have to step in, which is not good. You're going to federalize all the police forces, and that's not a good thing. As I wrote about yesterday, or told you about with Chicago, basically federalizing their police force because they're going to have a federal judge overseeing it. And that's not good. Could everybody, we're past the halfway point, if you don't mind, would you please retweet this? I would appreciate it. I was told yesterday, somebody was saying that they were having problems getting into my scopes. They were having when they would try to watch the scopes, it would crash or it'd say it wasn't there. So I'm not claiming shadow banning, but something's happening. Our mayor is Democrat, but she has never told anyone to stand down. She knows she's surrounded by conservatives here. She pretty much should become a conservative. She acts like one, Robin said. Maybe she will, Robin. We'll keep praying for that to occur. But, again, we're going to see more of the federalization of the police forces, and that's not good. The states need to uphold the law and enforce the law. But when they don't do that, you're going to see the federal government stepping in. Maybe they need to upgrade and update the app. Could be. I don't know, Renee. I'm not sure. I've had several people do that. And you know what? I went back one day and to retweet what I had put down there, and I saw myself with my own eyes. It said no longer available. And then in about 30 seconds to 40 seconds later, it came back up. Anyone see the post about the female deputy that fought the bad guy and won? I did, Carol. She was bloodied like a pulp. And I don't know why she didn't shoot the guy. I'm just saying. He's lucky she didn't. She would have had every reason and every right to shoot that guy. And she fought him instead. And she was mangled up pretty bad. She lives a few miles from you. Well, Carol, go down there and tell her that everybody in the scope, and I don't want to speak for everybody, and they can say they don't believe it, or they don't, not believe it, but they don't support what I'm saying. But please go down and tell her what a hero she is if you see her, that we all think she's a hero, and that she is a badass. She should have shot him too. Yeah, I agree with you, Carol. She would have been justified. Marlene said, tell her for me too. Yep. Support from Carmen as well. Speak for Lynn. Yeah, I'm telling you. Hey, Kim, good to see you. Agree, she's a badass. Yep, Amanda said. Hero, Lisa said. We the people need to see some people being held accountable for their actions. Tom, see that this is one of the things that kind of disappoint me, I guess. I should take care of these protesters, mace them, Kelly said. Glad he didn't hurt her dog. I know, Carol. I saw that she had a police dog. I want to see justice, too. I see justice. I see the left getting, their justice against the conservatives with Manafort, all that on trial. Dean apologized for saying Brian Kemp, a childhood friend, was a nice guy. Yes, I saw that, Renee. I saw that. Unbelievable. Now you have to apologize because you're saying Republicans are nice guys. That was sickening. But what I was saying, I keep saying, like, come on, God, when are we going to see some justice? And it's not in my time. I know it's God's time. But, gosh, I want to see just a little bit of justice. They work for us on behalf of us. They are not above the law. They don't think that, Brandon. Renee said I was mad about it when she heard that guy say that. Yep. The college where it happened is a Christian college, too. It was very unusual to see it. Must have not been getting money. They work for us. Okay, there's a bot. Oops, to see it there. Yeah. I know, Carol. I just, it's like, again, I don't apologize for saying Obama sucked, Joe said. Why should you? Yeah. I too would love to see a little bit of justice, Kim said. I know. Everywhere we look, conservatives getting in trouble. I know, Tom. And this whole thing with Manafort is basically, I mean, this, right now, Mueller's trying to stay alive and have relevancy. There's only one lady that looked that good on Periscope. Hey, Susan. Hey, Zach, how are you? Bethany College is where it happened. Our church has a Timothy program with them. Wow, Carol. Yeah, that was sad to see. I mean, when is it going to start, or maybe it already has, that if you're Republican or you have Republican friends, you're going to be shunned, or you're going to be verbally or physically assaulted, and it will be seen as being okay by some people. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy that we've come to this and that we're right here right now. It's bizarre. Let's see. Disgraced Al Franken wouldn't rule out the fact that he may come back and seek another public office. God forbid Republicans fight back. I know, Carol. I saw where Obama's library being held up for EPA research, Tom said. I'm thankful that Obama results helped push Trump to victory, I think is what it said, Ruthie said. Yeah, but it is happening, and Republicans are just kind of sitting quietly by. When are Republicans going to say something? There is a civil war raging. There is, Marlene. I really feel it. Al coming back lets you know how big his ego is. Yeah, he hasn't ruled it out, Brandon. But Mark Dice said, we've got to start speaking up when we see things, like with this Mark Roberts guy or Caleb Howell, who was misrepresenting what the president said. We need to speak up. We really do. Because if you don't, people see that and they think that people are in agreement with it. Franken's new campaigns will be hands-on. Oh, just read that. You just read that, yeah. Be bold, be courageous, and be truthful. Report and say the truth. We need to do that. We can't just sit by and think, well, it's okay what they say. It won't matter. It does matter. Speak up with facts, not feelings like the left. Yes. And again, if it starts to get into one of those leftist type arguments, then I just block these people. I'm not going to do that. I had an argument, debate with this liberal guy, and it said liberal veteran this morning. And he was basically saying that, Rush Limbaugh and the president and all these people, they weren't veterans and they're not patriots. And I'm like, hey, just because you didn't serve in the military doesn't mean you're not a patriot. My father, my two brothers were in the military. They served in the military. They're patriots. I didn't serve in the military, but I'm a patriot. And then I said to him or her, I don't know which one, I said there are people who are in the military and they're not patriots. So don't just think you can say a veteran is automatically a patriot. Doesn't mean they are. And it doesn't mean that somebody who wasn't in the military is not a patriot. And what was the response? Oh, so you don't support the troops? I mean, come on. This is what liberals do. Change the conversation. Dust the dirt off your sandals and move on, especially when they start personal attacks. Absolutely. Teresa's back. Absolutely. What's up with Glenn Beck? Is he getting from bad to worse now? I don't watch Glenn Beck anymore, just that I couldn't tell you. Are we going to have to register our 3D printers? Well, it sounds like, in a way, President Trump has said he's going to look into that 3D printers, which means, to me, it's like those 3D printers. I don't know how there would be any type of gun control if you have those printers, because anybody and everybody can make a gun. They really can. And they don't have to be registered. I'm making chocolate oatmeal, no-bake cookies. Oh, my gosh. And you're not sharing? Liberals only like the military if they can score political points. True. True, Joe. Clinton and Obama didn't serve. Yeah, he or she missed that point, Cully. It even attacked Rush Limbaugh for not serving. It's like, not everybody serves, Thanks, I'll be right over, Teresa. Guy made Invisalign from 3D printer for a few dollars. Yep, like Don Bongino said, liberals, we don't care. Tom said, yep. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about that 3D printer? Anybody can make a gun. And it won't matter what age you are, or whether or not you're a criminal, or whether or not you should have a gun, if you have mental issues or anything else. Are you for the 3D printer materials and information being out there? Yes, for sure, it's easy, Chesney said. Carmen said insanity. I think we should be able to make our weapons, Alan said. My husband made my mom fresh cherry cobbler last night. Oh my gosh, Marlene. See, that's even worse than Teresa. Cherries, oh my gosh. Just put something in the software to where someone cannot make a gun. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Isn't there information out there on everything else? Ruthie has a 3D printer. I'm coming over, Ruthie. I know. Cherry cobbler. Oh, my God. I know a few people that do not need access to weapons. How is that regulated? It won't be, Jerry. I like the idea of 3D printer. That information will be out there for anybody and everybody. But I thought there was information out there even on how to make bombs, how to make anything. I'm not sure what to think of the 3D printers. Doesn't sound like the best idea to have one. I don't know how I feel about 3D printing of guns, Tom said. Can you make Trump party machines? Only if you're Russian, Ruthie. I know a lot of people with 3D printers. You can make anything. Yeah, but should they be able to make a weapon? Yes, there's a ton of information out there on things you mentioned. So if you're not going to block one, I don't know why you'd block, or all of it, why block anything? And I like the free flow of information. So I don't know. I'm not for blocking things. I don't necessarily like the idea that everybody can make that. I don't like the idea that everybody can make a bomb either. No ghost guns are illegal. A money machine. There you go. Make a money machine. I would not fire a 3D gun. I wouldn't either. I think you could probably fire it maybe once, Cully, and then it might blow up on you. Crooks are probably making their guns on them anyway. Yeah, you have to use a strong filament, though, Chesney said. Can we 3D print more Trumps? I would sure like to, Joe. That would be great. Yeah, melt right in your hands, Marlene. It's not the best thing in the world. It really isn't. I just think that I'm more for free information, flow of free information. They are called ghost guns because they have no serial numbers, right? Yeah, I'm sure in California, if you had one, you'd be locked up immediately. I mean, God, you can't even have a straw, right? Yeah. So we use them to make modes for vaping. Oh, mods for vaping. Oh, I see. Okay. It really changes nothing. Criminals will have guns no matter what. It's true, Tom. And they know how to make them. They know how to get a hold of them. I know someone made a gun on one and it shot more than one bullet. Yeah, that's good. No straws. What we can do, hubby doesn't think the rifling would be reliable. Yeah. Maybe they can 3D print needles for the homeless in California. Good God, don't give them that idea, Brandon. They might do that. Maybe we could have straws. You could just put a bullet in your mouth and you can, blow the bullet through the straw. Have a blessed day too, Amanda. Maybe that would be next. I mean, if you're going to outlaw the straws, maybe, yeah, you could use them that way. Use it as a dart gun. There you go. I know somebody said, well, I don't know why people have to have straws anyway. Well, because it's a free world. But what about felons being able to make them? But, Carmen, they will anyway. California going to baby bottles to replace straws. If I owned a gun, it would be a Smith & Wesson. Wink, wink. There you go, Wayne. Take care. Poison darts. I think Mark Roberts removed his tweet. Laura Ingram asked Jack why it was up. We could only hope the left would inhale. I don't know. Well, you know what, Jerry? If he removed his tweet, I still have it, and I still put it out there for people to see what he said about the First Lady. So he may remove it, but it's still out there. And if you guys retweet it, it'll still circulate. And people in Oregon can see what garbage is coming out of that man's mouth. Robin said some good ideas. That was terrible, Chesney. You missed it. Well, Lynn, just go to my timeline. Start looking down my timeline. You'll see it. Other people have retweeted it. You'll also see what Caleb Howe said. It's there too. So, I think I mentioned earlier, Manafort goes to trial today, and Mueller's going to put everything on that. He has plenty of classless tweets. He does, Joe. Instead of pacifiers, we're going to have to send sippy cups. There you go, Lisa. We won't win. He won't win. Senator Walden has been in that seat since 1999. The problem is, Brandon, he's getting donations from people. So well, maybe, it's okay to use people. I don't think so. But he's using people to get donations. And some of them, are just like him. And I don't necessarily care that they're being used by him because they're volunteering to be. But there are other people who don't know what he's saying and they're being used. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay for them to be used to get donations. How much money? I don't know. I don't know how much he has right now. He was telling the one guy that he's getting about 50% hate mail and 50% donations. That was kind of how it was equaling out. And he was so happy about it. The cast of Guardian of the Galaxy is protesting to have the director back. The same guy who tweeted about fantasies about young boys is disgusting. Yeah, that would be James Gunn. Yes. Yeah, they want him back, Josette. 3D sippy cups. HIV is okay, but straws kill. I know, isn't that the craziest thing, Lynn? I mean, California has absolutely lost it. It's their law, it would be okay to knowingly infect somebody with HIV. That's okay. But straws, plastic straws, hell no. James Gunn is a nerd. Carmen said, Walden is a Republican and has their endorsement. Yeah. I'm sure he's going to win. I just don't like, he gets to keep that campaign money. Charlie Sheen, gotta go, Susan. Take care. Love you. Okay, Tom, thank you. Thanks for coming in. Hope you come back. I'll be off tomorrow, but back on Thursday and Friday. Mr. Pass, HIV. Oh, yeah, Charlie Sheen. Keep up the great work, Susan. Love you. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. Love you back. Smoking debris. I don't underestimate any liberal. They cheat and use fraud for everything. It seems like it's getting more and more prevalent, Robin. More and more prevalent. And again, he'll get to keep that campaign money. Yes, God's views on political news today at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Facebook page. The same page. I'm telling y'all, I'm hopeful Kelly might go red. Half-wit. Well, it says half-wit. I mean, Heather, come on. Heather, I'm hoping so. Any news from Amir? He was in New Zealand, very tired. I wasn't able to listen to the update. Charlie Sheen likes using straws. Cully said. If Callie goes red, that's a grand slam. Oh, it would be more than a grand slam, Heather, because it hasn't been red since Ronald Reagan basically granted amnesty. And he admitted he screwed up on that. Yes, and he did. So I don't see that happening. But hey, I'm all for it. That would be the best day ever. Almost as good as Trump's election. Yes, Heather, almost. Almost, but yeah. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. Good. I'm going to too. 1 p.m. God's views on political news today. It's on Facebook Live, Carmen. I will post it later on YouTube and on my SusanKnowles.com. Dems are winning over Americans. They are changing the demographics so they can win. Brandon said, yep. If Callie goes red, then all the Dems would be in Texas. The world would end if California turned red. Probably, Robin. Probably. But gosh, wouldn't that be great? And if we could get a Republican governor, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I really, I'd probably have to be off Periscope for a week because I'd be trying to recover from shock. So I'm praying that Facebook doesn't try to win you and Pastor Bill's show. It's awesome, awesome. Thank you, Gisette. I'd love to watch CNN if Trump wins California. Yes, Brandon. Boy, I tell you, Cali folks are fed up. Yeah, we are, Heather. Everything I say gets repeated. Chesney said, yep, it's a bot. Don't send them to Texas. But don't worry. If you go to Texas, listen, who said that? Wayne. They're thinking about changing the name of Austin, Texas, because of the fact that that guy was in the Confederacy. You know that he a long time he had slaves and he was for slavery. So now they're thinking about changing the name of Austin, Texas, to another name. Cully said lots of sex bots on scope again. Yep. Do not send the Dems to Texas. Would change Cali. Don't. Here's another bot right there. Austin is weird. I heard that. It's so stupid. Yeah, it's so stupid. So it may happen, Kim, in this day and time. Not welcome here. I know, Dixie. Yes, I pray for Cali. But changing the name, yes, Brandon. They want to change the name of Austin, Texas to something else. Oh my God, capital. Yep. Now, Dixie, if I wanted to come to Texas, would you allow me to come in? I'm not a Democrat, but I'm a Republican from California, and I promise I wouldn't try to change Texas. Oh my gosh, Carmen said, to what? Stalingrad? Probably something like, I'm guessing, but maybe Soros, Texas, or Obama, Texas. I found a full tweet conversation with Roberts. He's saying, throw $100 bills at Melania. The guy is awful. Let's see. Yes, you can stay at my house, Susan. Chesney said, Berryville. Yep, we would let you. Thank you, Wayne. No more dims, though, that I could come there. Thank you. Thank you. Always leave the door open for Texas. You never know if I have to escape California. I may be moving the whole family there, so keep the door open, if you will. You are always welcome here, Susan. Thank you, Dixie Doodles. I know I have a place to go if I need to. Let's see some other information. The highest homeless population. Let's talk about that. Oh, Lord, that makes me nauseous. I don't want anything named after Obama. Robin said. I know. It could be. You never know. The highest homeless population. New York City, 76,501. LA, 55,188. Dims moving to red states are like a pestilence. Destroy and move on to the next, Lisa said. You can stay at my house, Susan, and I'd have a place for your horse. Aw, thank you, Kim. Kenya, Texas. Oh, my gosh. Chesney said, LA, 55,188 homeless. Seattle, 11,643. DC, 7,473. San Jose, 7,394. San Francisco, 6,858. Philadelphia, 5,693. What do those cities have in common? All have Democratic mayors, Democratic city council, and all voted for Hillary by about 80%. They have plenty of things in the Middle East with his name on them, referring to Obama. Dixie said, yes. You know, boom, boom. Yep. And I guarantee you that these numbers are underestimations. And also, isn't it interesting that of like New York City, LA, Seattle, they're all in the like that New York City, 76,000, LA, 55,000, and all double digits like that. I know it's crazy. But when you get to DC, it's 7,473. Okay, so what does that mean? I would say that, number one, they clear out D.C. of all the homeless so that the Congress and the Democrats don't have to see the homeless there. Yeah, those numbers are low, really low. There's something wrong with those numbers. So they're either not telling you the numbers or they're clearing out the homeless. You need 10 acres and a horse barn. I know, Wayne. Clear out all the lobbyists. Yes. We have a huge ranch for sale an hour south of us. Room for horses, Robin said. Find out the price, Robin. There's another bot. It's pretty interesting, though, that all of those, not surprising, all of those by Democrats. All of those run by Democrats. Democrats have their hands all over them. They left out Orange County. I can only imagine what that is. We are the horse state. I know, Robin. That's true. Clear out all the lobbyists. That's another bot. My gosh. Bot city. Unbelievable bots today. Let's see. Here's some other information. A federal judge, Dolly G., ordered all illegal immigrant children, except the most troubled, are there GOP-led major cities? Yeah, you wonder, Brandon. Not too many. She's ordered all of them to be removed from the Texas facility in Houston. That's at the Shiloh Treatment Center, because they use psychotropic drugs there. There are a buttload of homeless in our county, all living in the woods. Yep. What are San Diego's numbers? I don't know, Ruthie. Pretty darn high. But I don't know. So anyway, so now if a facility is using those type of drugs, she's afraid that they're going to use Prozac on the children without their permission. And the reason, why does she believe that? There's a lawsuit filed against the government, the United States, basically with regarding those immigrant children. Sounds like a sex. She's saying that in this lawsuit, they're saying that basically having the children in a facility like that violates the Flores settlement, because it should be the least restrictive environment. And that's what the judge has issued, like a temporary restraining order, basically saying all the children that are mentioned in this lawsuit have to be moved immediately, except those that are, what did she say, like the ones that are the most troubled or something of that sort. So again, you know, every time the government tries to do something to get people out of here that shouldn't be here, or to place people in facilities rather than releasing them, then there's always pushback by the courts. But they believe kids can decide what sex they are and use hormone blockers. Exactly. Exactly, Brandon. I mean, seriously, if you don't believe this, again, that we're in the end times and the world is upside down, all you have to do is look at the news just for 5 minutes, and you will know that we live in an upside down world these days. And it's not getting better, it's getting worse. Let's see. Hillary, it is sick, Marlene. It's crazy. Hillary contributed the maximum allowed to 19 congressional House candidates. Yeah, who are the adults? Does it really matter, Brandon? Because just because you're an adult doesn't mean anything anymore. California's burning down. It is, Lynn. Northern California, some fires in Southern California. Northern California, it is horrendous right now. Just ask Susan. I correct myself all the time. Yeah, Robin, don't worry about typos. We know what you mean. HRC has been very quiet. Well, she's probably getting her money, you know, figuring out how much of that money from Russia she's going to put on congressional candidates. So. Oh, and also LeBron James says that he will never sit across the table from the president, President Trump, because here's what he says. He's kind of used sports to kind of divide us. Now, what I say to LeBron is, you're kind of wrong, because it's the sports who have kind of used their personal political beliefs to divide us. Very naive, what a pawn. I know, Brandon. So, LeBron. Fox News is talking about North Korea. Yeah, I know, Josette. We talked about that in the beginning. Kind of bad English. I know, Huey. I spit on you, LeBron. Carmen said, exactly. DNC is broke. Where else are they going to get their money? Noel said, you know what? You bring up a very good point, Noel. And let me bring up a little point here that I have that I wanted to bring up. Not everybody in the DNC is broke, because here's what happened. DNC chair Tom Perez, he was spotted at an airport, and a reporter saw him and went up and took pictures. He was carrying a Louis Vuitton designer bag at the airport. And the designer bag, when you looked it up to find out how much it was $1,840. So that $1,840 designer bag being carried around by Tom Perez. Okay, racists aren't welcome here. Bye-bye. Wonder who paid for that. Well, I would say he probably has a lot of money from lobbyists, but I don't know. But he had that after carrying that around, but has called socialism the future of the party. Brandon, tomorrow we wish you a great success. On Wednesday, hope you get really positive news about your new job. So anyway, so if you think that the Democrats don't have money and that the Democrats are socialists and they know what's best, just remember $1,840 designer bag. So anyway, you guys, today, God's Views on Political News, again, 1 p.m. Eastern, on the Facebook page, God's Views on Political News. You'll be able to comment and ask questions live. Hope you're there. See you on Thursday. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. God bless. Take care. All right, Robin. Everybody else, see you in an hour, Robin. Thank you so much, everybody, on YouTube. See you on Thursday.